Welcome to Brain Health 101. This program is designed to help educate you and give you ideas for activities that can help keep your loved one's brain healthy. It's meant for persons that have been diagnosed with dementia. These activities are designed to be done together in order to maximize their brain health and engage you both. Look for the accompanying episode guide to help you navigate the activities in this program. I'm Dr. Greg Jica, and I'm a neurologist who focuses on taking care of patients with memory problems caused by diseases like Alzheimer's. I'm constantly searching for new ways to slow and/or stop memory problems in aging. I've been researching ways to promote healthy brain aging for almost 35 years now, as we continue to look for new medicines and potential cures for diseases like Alzheimer's. Regardless of your background, there's a lot you can do to care for your loved one and promote their brain health, in addition to their regular medical care and the medications we have. The activities featured in this program cover mental stimulation, social engagement, physical activity, healthy brain diets, and many other daily activities which can make a huge impact on their brain health. We hope you try some of these activities with your loved ones at home.
Welcome back to Brain Health 101. Today's episode is focused on spring and all of its glory. Do you love spring? I do. The warm weather, the fresh air, colorful flowers, the blue skies, and cool nights. What's not to love? Spring is a time to get out of the house and enjoy the world around us. All the new smells, flowers to see, the warm sun on your skin, so many things to help stimulate our bodies and our minds. Thinking about activities to help get us out of the house and enjoy springtime can start with something as simple as a local garden tour. Taking a tour of a garden gives us ways to not only enjoy the beauty of nature, but also to begin thinking about planting our own garden. We invite you to join us as we take one right now.
My name's Rick McGee, and I'm giving a short tour of the Ashland Terrace Garden at 475 South Ashland Avenue. This is the official entrance to the garden. We've got brochures on the community here and garden brochures. And over here, we've got a mailbox with a hook that has scissors on it, because this is a public cutting garden. So when people come into the garden, they can grab a pair of scissors. The price list is on this post, and basically what we do is charge 25 cents per stem. Anything is available to be cut except the roses, which are reserved for the residents. So only the residents can cut the roses. This is our main garden, and then a couple of years after we built this one, we added a second garden in the back for cutting. So we'll start out back there. So we'll go back to this back garden. And when folks come to cut flowers, they can grab a cut-off water bottle, which will fit in their car bottle holder, and get water in the bottle. And they've got their scissors, and they can cut flowers as they go. So this is our back garden. And any of the flowers in this garden can be picked except those that are grown for the monarch butterflies. We're a certified monarch way station. We have a sign on that back fence. So we prefer folks not to cut any of the Mexican butterfly weed or the just common butterfly weed that we've got back here. But anything else is okay. Because our residents' average age is 85 or older, we like to have some raised beds because, of course, as you get older, it's harder to bend over. So we have 4 raised beds here, and I believe we've got 6 out in the front garden. So the thing to do would be to take your scissors and your water bottle and cut whatever flowers you want, keeping track, of course, that every stem is 25 cents, which goes to maintain the garden. Back here we have more cutting flowers. This is something we just recently started growing. This is called Love in a Mist. The Latin name is Euphorbia marginata, which I have a hard time remembering. But this is a wonderful filler plant. You can cut this, put it in water, and it will last 2 or 3 weeks as a filler. So we're very happy with this plant. The plants over here, which you often see in the grocery store, are called Alstroemeria or Peruvian lily, and they last a couple of weeks in a vase. So they're a good plant to cut. Roses are everybody's flower of choice in the retirement community. And of course, when folks from outside come, they want to cut the roses, but we've asked that they not do that, and we reserve the roses for the residents. So they're really the only flowers that you cannot cut if you're from the neighborhood. And we have about 50 rose bushes. These raised beds contain several different things. These are herbs, and we sell herbs for 25 cents a small bunch. So we've got lots of basil and marjoram and parsley, chives, rosemary, mint, and thyme. And it looks like a dying dill. But we use these herbs in our kitchen, and they really make a difference. Over here are more cutting flowers. This is our little fairy garden for the kids in the neighborhood. They can come over and move things around in here. This is a cypress vine, which is very invasive, but we still grow it now and then because it's a hummingbird magnet. So you may see a hummingbird flit over here while we're doing our little tour. And this is a hyacinth bean, which is very popular in Lexington. We can go back around this way. And this area to the left has pretty much turned into a shade garden. We had a resident who died whose family wanted to remember her with something in the garden, so we set up a little shade garden over here on the left, and I'm adding to it as time goes on. The roses that we've planted predominantly are roses that I picked for fragrance. So when residents walk down the walkway, they can stop and smell a rose. And this one smells heavenly. And that seems to make a difference. And we've also got other plants within the garden that put off a nice odor. So it smells awfully nice here in the spring. This very large leaf plant is again invasive, but we had a huge space to cover. That's called a butterbur, common butterbur. And when it comes up in the spring, it comes up as a single stalk with a pink flower on it. And then over time, comes up and spreads. We've also got, of course, hostas in here. This is what you call sensitive fern, also invasive, but it makes a nice display because we've got another large area. This is called gooseneck loosestrife, invasive as well. I don't know if you should show this with all these invasive plants. And this is one of the favorite spots for all the kids in the neighborhood. This is our koi pond. Right now we have 5 koi and probably about a dozen goldfish. We had more goldfish and more koi, but they were recently attacked by a fairly young heron. So we use our little plastic heron to scare off any marauding herons, and he has to be moved every now and then so that the real herons know think he's a real heron himself. This is our little hummingbird garden. We have 2 hummingbird feeders in this little garden, and around August they become pretty active. So not only do we have the flowers throughout the garden that they can visit, but these hummingbird feeders, and the water in these feeders is changed about every other day, so it's always fresh. That's pretty much this area, but this is a favorite spot to sit for residents.
I just love when I get to stop and smell the roses. What about you? Do you have a favorite spring flower? We hope you enjoyed the community garden tour. We encourage you to look in your community and see if someone offers garden tours so you can go and see more of spring's beauty. Deep breaths are a great way to not only smell flowers, but also help relieve anxiety, fear, and worries. If we are not careful, we can let those feelings take over. Studies have shown that anxiety and stress can actually cause damage to our brains. That is why it is so important to find ways to reduce our anxiety. Things like gardening can really help. Let's take a few deep breaths together and hear from one of our experts about other ways to help reduce anxiety.
There are lots of triggers in our day-to-day life for stress and anxiety. Luckily, there are also things that can help. Here are just a few. Carve out some time each day for yourself. That can be as little as 5 minutes every day to recharge. There are many ways to do this. Finding something you enjoy that allows your mind to focus on something other than caring for your loved one can reduce your anxiety. Things such as going for a walk, yoga, meditation, prayer, talking with a friend, laughter, listening to music, journaling, and deep breathing may be helpful. Eating a healthy diet that limits sweets and salty foods can help to alleviate anxiety. Limit caffeine consumption for you and your loved one with dementia. Limit the amount of time you watch the news. This can cause added anxiety. Pick your battles. Learn what you can control and what you can't. Sometimes a change in perspective can help. Getting a break from your loved one can help too. Have a friend or family member spend time with your loved one so you can get a break. Enroll your loved one in an adult day program. Take one day at a time, one moment at a time. Thinking about all the things that could go wrong or imagining the worst are never good for anyone. Focus on the moment and find something to appreciate. If you're planning for future care needs, allow yourself to spend a limited time focusing on that. Sometimes care partners may find that they need medications to help ease their anxiety, and that's okay. Talk with your doctor to find something that works for you in your situation.
Those are just a few ideas to help reduce anxiety and stress. We hope that you can use them when the time comes. Research also tells us that what we put in our bodies is also very important. The spring season is when we start to see fresh fruits and vegetables in the stores and local farmers markets. Eating fresh fruits and vegetables is a great way to nourish our bodies and our brains, making sure that we get the needed vitamins and minerals to help our minds work the best they can. Let's join our cooking expert as we prepare a smoothie with fresh spring fruit and veggies.
Hi everyone, my name is Lauren Batey and I'm a registered dietitian with the Food is Health Alliance at the University of Kentucky. Today, I'm going to be making a super simple, nutritious smoothie. This smoothie would be great for breakfast or even just a snack, and it's especially good for anyone who may be experiencing chewing or swallowing problems, or who may have a decreased appetite and is looking for a way to get in extra protein and nutrition. These smoothies are super flexible. You can add whatever fruits you like or even vegetables, but I'm keeping it simple today. So I'm gonna start with a frozen banana. When I get home from the store, I often just peel a few of my bananas, stick them in a bag in the freezer because they make smoothies extra creamy with almost like an ice cream texture. Now I'm gonna add a cup of Greek yogurt. Now I chose low-fat Greek yogurt, just the plain kind, because it's super high in protein. But you could really use any yogurt you wanted. Next, I've got a cup of frozen mixed berries. And again, you could use any fruit you wanted. I really like berries both for their flavor, but also because they contain a lot of vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that are really good for your brain. I'm gonna add a tablespoon of honey. This is just for sweetness. And then last but not least, I am gonna add a tablespoon of chia seeds. Now, chia seeds contain both protein and a healthy fat that's really good for both your brain and your heart. Now, finally, I am going to add a half a cup of water. This is just to get things moving. If I turn on the blender and it doesn't seem to be moving along well enough, then I will add more water. All right, let's blend this up. So here you have it, a simple, nutritious, customizable smoothie that's super refreshing, but it's also gonna be super filling because it's full of that protein and fiber that you need to get you through the day. You can try it with your own mix of fruits or even vegetables. Try out different types of liquids, like different types of milk, or different types of protein, like even a protein powder. I hope you'll give it a try and make it your way.
That looks delicious. We hope you've enjoyed this simple recipe and will try it yourself soon. Of course, there are many other recipes that you can take advantage of and celebrate spring. Do you have a favorite fruit you would want to try to make a smoothie with? I hope you will make time to give it a try. After months of being cooped up in our homes, spring gives us an opportunity to get out and engage again physically, to move our bodies. Starting slowly and building up your physical abilities and stamina is an important part of early spring engagement. Before doing any physical activity, it is always good to evaluate your physical health and environment for safety. Let's hear from an expert about what we can do to stay safe and active at home.
Hello, my name is Dr. Shawn Caudill, and I'm a general internist at UK Healthcare, teaching medical students and medicine residents for over 30 years. I also take care of aging patients in my primary care practice. I've been working at the Sanders Brown Center on Aging for the last few years, helping with research in Alzheimer's and other dementias. Our chance for falls increase for a number of different reasons as we age. We want to make sure we stay safe and active in our homes. That is why it is important to take special precautions to help prevent falls in all the activities that we participate in. Everything from our normal day-to-day activities, but also when we add in additional physical activities like stretching or some other type of exercise. There are many reasons our balance can be off. Taking multiple medications may have side effects or may adversely impact underlying medical conditions. Other factors that could lead to trouble with balance include visual loss, hearing impairment, and difficulty with depth perception. Health conditions such as arthritis, dizziness, numb feet and legs, deconditioning due to heart or lung problems, and weakened muscles also increase fall risk. It is important to pay special attention to balance when doing physical activities. Remember that you can always make modifications, sit instead of stand, or stop an activity if you start to feel unstable. Here are some tips for fall prevention. Remove potential hazards around the home, like clutter on walkways, on stairs, and in other areas of the house. Remove loose rugs and other trip hazards, including coffee tables if they're in the line of traffic. This is especially important to do before trying any exercise or physical activity. Also, don't forget to check the bathrooms by making sure there are non-slip mats in the bathtub and on the floors. Be mindful of pets and feeding bowls and make sure they are not posing a fall risk. Place feeding bowls out of the traffic areas. Make sure walkways are adequately lit, even at night and in any area the person may move through after dark. Place night lights in hallways and remind them to turn on lights when they enter dark areas and rooms and when they get up at night to use the bathroom. Your healthcare provider may prescribe an assist device, such as a walker or rollator, to reduce fall risk. That doesn't mean you can't remain active. Many activities can be adapted with the use of such devices. Other places you might need equipment include the bathroom, equipment such as raised toilet seats, pull bars in the bathroom, bathing seats in the tub and showers reduce fall risk. Non-slip treads on bare steps and safety ramps over stairs may also be recommended. Referral to occupational and/or physical therapy may be recommended to improve strength, balance, and mobility, as well as daily functions. Ask your medical provider for advice and referrals. Remember, the goal is to be active and safe in your home.
Some physical exercises, such as Tai Chi, can start us off in a slow manner while also bringing us into harmony with the world around us. Let's learn some basic Tai Chi from our Tai Chi master.
I'm Dr. Rob Slocum. I'm the Tai Chi instructor for Integrative Medicine and Health at University of Kentucky Healthcare. And today I'm going to share with you the practice of Tai Chi Qigong. Tai Chi Qigong helps us to be at one with the energy around us and within us. It's a moving meditation. It encourages resilience. It encourages balance. And we're going to talk about how that can be done in the comfort of your home or in any place where you have just enough room to make some basic movements. And this is for all kinds of people, no prior experience necessary. The fundamental aspect about Tai Chi Qigong is our posture. So we stand not in a rigid way. This isn't like a military brace, but we stand upright. Head as if suspended, so looking forward, not rigidly, but balanced. Head over shoulders, shoulders over hips, and we'll start out weight evenly balanced. So the first thing I want to talk about is how Tai Chi Qigong practice can slightly change the way we breathe and the way we stand. So first of all, in terms of how we stand. In the West especially, sometimes without intending to, we can kind of slump over a little bit. You've heard the expression being knocked back on your heels. So for what we're going to do in these exercises, I'm going to invite you to move your weight from a standing position, of course, forward to the balls of your feet. I'm pointing to these places on my hands, analogous to the balls of my feet. So I'm going to turn sideways to illustrate. So if I'm back on my heels, my weight is back like this. But if I just gently move my weight forward to the balls of my heels, you'll see my posture changes. Now, I'm not up on my toes. My heels continue to touch the ground or floor, but my weight goes from here to here. And you may notice if you try this yourself that as you make this movement from the heels to the balls of the feet, it becomes easier. The shoulders can spread just a little, the lungs can spread just a little. It's easier to breathe deeply, and so it's easier to move forward. It's easier to be ready to take the next step. So that's one thing we will do. When we talk about practice, we'll tend to move our weight forward into this position. Another issue is balance. So just to be aware of your balance. And this helps just so we stand upright and don't fall. It can also be helpful in terms of resetting our internal balance. So just to be aware of your balance. So right now, my weight is evenly distributed between one side and another. And without moving my feet, I can put all my weight on this side, I can go back to center, I can put all my weight on this side and back to center. So just to be aware, how are you balanced? Sometimes if you find yourself falling or drifting off balance, it may be possible to regain balance by counterweighting yourself. So if I find myself unintentionally drifting in this direction, by simply raising my foot and repositioning it, I can bring myself back to balance. And of course, it works in either way. But just to be aware of the balance. The balance becomes with the use of our weight. Now, to talk about the breath, sometimes we don't take deep breaths. You may have heard the expression if somebody is in stress or panicking, take a deep breath. So one of the things that our practice of Tai Chi, Qigong will emphasize is moving internal energy with the breath, and that makes it much easier. So it invites us to breathe deeply, which itself is healthy, healthful. So as we breathe, we don't take just sip breaths, we seek to fill the lungs from the bottom up. One way to ensure that we're doing this is we can just gently place our hand on what we would call the solar plexus, kind of midline here, and as you slowly breathe, concentrate on filling the lungs from the bottom up. You should feel a gentle pressure against your hand here. Inhale and exhale. And for all of these exercises, we'll spend the same amount of time inhaling slowly and exhaling slowly. And as you do that, you may find there's more energy, there's more oxygen, there's more air, there's more life for you as you move forward. So again, we breathe in, filling the lungs from the bottom, we breathe out. So now I'm going to teach you an activity called Qigong, which is an energy building activity, but they'll have a couple of pieces to it. One of them will be a movement of the arms. So as we inhale, I'll bring my arms up and then exhale as they come down. And then I'll be running out of air at about belt line, so I'll inhale again, inhale up, slowly filling the lungs, exhale down. Now, the points that I mentioned to you on the balls of the feet, we understand them to be energy points. So we understand the energy with this exercise moving from top to bottom of the torso. So there'll be 3 sets of 3 breathings, and I'm going to turn sideways so that the first set of 3, we can imagine this wave of energy going down the front of the torso. For the next set of 3, down the middle of the torso. For the last set of 3, down the back of the torso. And this exercise is known as the rooting cleansing Qigong. Rooting in the sense that our feet are rooted in the earth, or rooted in the floor that's based on the earth, and Cleansing in the sense that this wave of energy moving from top to bottom will clear those things that we want to move through. I liken it to cleaning the dust bunnies and the scraps of paper off the floor in the hall, but it just moves through and cleans out. So what we will do is, for the first set of 3, I will inhale up, the hands will come around the face, around the torso, we'll pause for another breath, and then the energy will go the rest of the way down the legs and out through the feet, top to bottom, rooting and cleansing. So we'll do 3 sets of these. So if you'll please breathe with me now. Inhale up. Exhaling slowly. Inhale again. Exhaling, the energy goes out, down through the feet. That's 1. We'll do this 2 more times, just the same. Inhale up. Exhale out. Inhale up. Exhale out. Again, energy down the front of the torso, out through the feet. 1 more time. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale out, out through the feet. And that's the first set of 3. Now the next set of 3, we will envision the energy going through the center of the torso. And in this case, the hands will just come straight down, not going around the face as in the front. So, inhale up, slowly filling the lungs. Exhale down, slowly exhale. Inhale up, exhale down, out through the feet. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. 1 more in this set of 3. Gently inhaling up, filling the lungs from the bottom up. Slowly exhale down, no rush. Inhale up, exhale down, out through the bottoms of the feet. And now for the last set of 3, we'll envision the energy going down the back of the torso. Same movements as previously. Gently inhale up, fill the lungs from the bottom up. Exhale out, slowly, gently. Inhale up, exhale down, emptying the lungs. Energy goes out through the bottoms of the feet. Inhale up. Exhale down, peacefully, gently. Inhale up. Exhale down, out through the points of the feet. 1 more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Out through the points and the bottoms of the feet. And that's the rooting cleansing Qigong. You may find it energizes and at the same time centers the energy, calms, focuses. This may prove helpful as a daily practice.
We hope you've enjoyed this episode of Brain Health 101. Today, we looked at spring and all the wonders that it has to offer through a garden tour, a spring recipe, and physical exercise to help welcome us back into harmony with nature and the world around us. If you've engaged in any of these activities today, know that your brain will be healthier because of it. Until we meet again for our next episode of Brain Health 101, get out there and get engaged in some springtime fun.